from where you at. I came here for vengeance, watch your back. No need to defend, I'm on attack. Sorry they can't reply, but I guarantee they had a blast. Pop, 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 I be on the next only, yeah, I am fresh to death.
Alright, good morning. So, you guys already saw fasted cardio and all the other stuff that I do in the morning, first thing. So I went ahead and knocked that out. I got up a little bit before 7, it's 7:35 now, and now I'm going to take all of my morning pills. So I've got this handy dandy pill container here, which I just sort everything out every 9 days and put it all in here. This has got omegas, complete vital, zinc, vitamin B, liver, kidneys, like all sorts of different things in here. So I'm going to take these. I'll probably go through them later. I've done them before, but this is a separate thing, so I should probably go through it. So, all right. So there's that. The other thing that I took before cardio is my methylene blue. There it goes. It's my methylene blue. I've really noticed a big difference in my brain function and stuff when I take that. It feels more clear. There's not as much brain fog and mental fatigue, that sort of thing. So definitely enjoying that. It's helped me keep my brain a bit sharper, which is always a good thing. So today is going to be very similar to yesterday. I just have a chest and shoulder day today. And then tonight at 5, I actually am getting a tattoo finished. So I'm getting this area in here and a little bit on the back finished up tonight. So I do have to get quite a few things done before then. I've got workout. I've got a call with Labrada Pro Series. Then I have a mentee call. So one of my mentees has a call today. And then it's tattoo time. So time to start getting this stuff knocked out. I'm going to go rinse off, make myself some coffee, and sit down for check-ins. Okay, so we're back in the office again. Made my coffee over here on the electric heater, and then it is time to knock out some check-ins. Got a couple of prep people that checked in today. Some of them were yesterday. It's a fairly slow year for me as far as competitions are concerned. Last year it was like, felt like every other week I had something. But I've got a number of people who are laying in wait for doing next season. So just it's like that sometimes where it's like a whole lot on one year and then not as many on the next. So I am now going to knock some of these out for a little bit, and then it'll be time to WALK, the hairy one, and then we'll eat and get ready for the gym like we did yesterday. So, just adjusted my own training plan, or own nutrition plan. Yesterday, I did not have a lot of foods. I didn't have eggs, and I really like to have eggs for breakfast. So I just went in here and moved things around a little bit. I pulled the Labrada Hydro down to just 1 scoop instead of 1.5 scoops. I added the 2 eggs, and then I pulled the peanut butter from 40 to 25 grams of peanut butter. So that's how I just kind of manipulate these things. The macros come out barely different. Like there's a very minimal gap between those. You're never going to have them exactly perfect, but we want like a very minimal increase or decrease in that, and should still get a very similar response. I just really like eggs. So now time to go make breakfast. 2 large eggs, oatmeal. I got some new honey because when I put honey in the plan. I was like, I want to get some really good honey. So I bought this at H-E-B yesterday. We're gonna see if this is better than the other one that I had in there. I'm just concerned on if I can get this fucking thing out. I think I have a bottle opener. I don't think I have a bottle opener, so I'm gonna have to buy that because, yeah, that's not. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm using the other honey for now. Oatmeal. I like the traditional oats. Steel cut oats are the worst. 100 grams of oatmeal. Vibrato Hydro, vanilla, of course. Need some water. That's too much water. Get that boiling. 25 grams of peanut butter, 25 grams of honey, 1 scoop of hydro, 200 grams of blueberries. I'm gonna get this down, so it's just gonna be a little rough in the beginning. But anyways, like I was saying, I'm just getting back in the full swing of like weighing absolutely everything and trying to remember those weights every time. I run a yolk for my eggs, so I'll cook it it's mostly sunny side up. I do like to flip it over a little bit so it's not like only runny. I like to get the other side just a little bit cooked so that there's a little pocket of yolk. It's delicious. Oatmeal's done. It's time to add everything else. So for those of you that don't know this trick, put the peanut butter on the scale and then pull it out. That way you can get your measurements right. Look how good peanut butter is. For most of my competitive years, I would eat oatmeal for breakfast, and I really like when I make them overnight to where they're just like in the refrigerator. They just like sit with all the ingredients in it overnight and it gets this really good texture. I just keep forgetting to do it. I need to get back in the habit of doing that at night before bed. But this has also been really good. But the whole point of me telling that story is that I just really haven't been eating oatmeal recently. But it's been really nice having it back in. I'm really enjoying having oatmeal again. Even as a kid, oatmeal was always one of my favorite breakfasts. I mean, they were the flavored packets, but still, I loved oatmeal. Second cup of coffee. That is all that I will have. I don't go too crazy with the stimulants, not anymore. You know, I had some issues with DHEA for a little bit, and I got to a point where caffeine was really messing with me, and I'd have a hard time sleeping and make me really jittery and short of breath, and went to see doctors and everything, so it's okay. But since then I've just kept myself to 2 cups of coffee, except for like special occasions. Like if I'm traveling or I'm at a show, there's definitely times where it's like, all right, I need a little bit more of a boost, especially on like a show day. 200 grams of blueberries. I like the frozen ones. Like I said, the oatmeal when it's cold, I'd really actually prefer the texture and taste of it when it's cold. So once I've heated up the oatmeal to cook it on the stove top, the frozen blueberries like cool it down, and it makes it a lot easier to eat, for one. But two, I just like how it tastes. There was a point in prep where I convinced myself that I was eating ice cream because of the way the overnight oats tasted. So if that tells you anything. trying to avoid the glare of this back window as much as I can. But one thing I did do different that I'm going to test out here is I added an 1/8 teaspoon of potassium. It's new salt, NU salt. It's just potassium instead of sodium. So I have 1/4 plus an 1/8 teaspoon of salt plus an 1/8 teaspoon of potassium. The potassium works really well at just keeping water retention in a good spot. Like it flushes any excess sodium, and with that, water goes off. So keeping that. I'm not going to completely bore you guys every single time I do the same thing, but I do think that it is very important to drive home the point that this is a very repetitive and boring process. So this is what the bodybuilding lifestyle is. So I want to show you the unglamorous, the non-glamorous, whatever. I want to show you the non-fancy stuff, which is just like doing the thing on a day-to-day basis and putting effort into it, you know. So 2 scoops of whey, 1 scoop of EAAs, 1 scoop of the unmatched dissident since I'm out of pump. Maybe I should stop talking when I'm not in front of the camera. Okay. 1/8 teaspoon in the post. I did the cookies and cream hydro. I'm not sure if y'all saw that. That one's quite delicious. It's also really good as a creamy mix. I was on a kick of that for a little bit. And then in the pre-workout, it is sodium bicarbonate. So that is everything for the gym. I'm going to do what I normally do, which is go, well, I already washed my face. I just need to go brush my teeth, put on some deodorant so I don't stink. And today is chest and shoulder day. So we'll get a nice little pump. And if I'm feeling it and I like how I look, I'll take some video posing. You know, it's interesting because with having basically taken a whole year off of bodybuilding, there was no reason for me to pose. There was no reason for me to. Like, I didn't exactly like how I looked. I didn't like fully like how I looked. I didn't hate it. But there for a while, especially towards the end of last year, it was like, yeah, let's not look at this. And that was good for me. I needed to do that to kind of let my body relax and whatnot. But that's also one of the things that I've been doing for the last number of years is like I knew there would be a point where I didn't like how I looked once I quit bodybuilding. So like I've always stayed pretty covered up, wearing some big baggy tees. This is Rough Diesel's t-shirt. He just came out with these. Had to support the homie, got 2 of them. Anyways, I knew that was going to happen someday. So I was like, let me keep covered up. You'll usually see me in like a fitted t-shirt or an oversized like this. I've been feeling myself a little bit more recently because it doesn't really matter. I don't need to look like I'm going to get on stage. So I have been wearing some tank tops. So who knows, maybe I'll throw something on underneath this. But yeah, I need to clean this out. All right, so knocked out cardio, great workout, really good pump. Initially when I was doing the prime lateral raise, I got a little bit of a flushing sensation and heart rate spiked a little bit. So I think I just got my potassium and sodium levels just a little off. I think I just got a little too much sodium during that. And then after I went flush, I started pouring water. So I think it just a little out of balance as far as electrolyte and fluid intake. So I'll be adjusting that. I probably won't be doing potassium on every meal, but I'll definitely be doing it like maybe every other. I just realized I've been holding this with my hand over the mic, so hopefully all of that came through. But knocked out 20 minutes of cardio. You saw the posing, did a little bit of that. Overall, great session, really good pump. Strength is already there. Definitely moving some more weights than I have in the past. So feeling really good. So it's time to go home, drink my protein shake now, hit the road, get home, shower, eat, and then a little bit more work. And then I got to get prepared for some calls. So got to get home and do those. So I just, like I said, this is a very boring, repetitive process for me, but I need to show you guys that because it's the same stuff day in and day out. And this is what ends up building physiques and making transformations, is the consistent, monotonous process. So that's what I'm going to try to get across here. As boring as it might be, I'm going to try to make it fun. But I'm going to drink this and head home. Say bye, Marley. All right, so post-workout, I got home and quickly knocked out 3 check-ins that were still left to do because I am a little bit rushed today. Usually I would kind of take my time and get to it, but I have my monthly athlete meeting with Labrada Pro Series at 2:30, 2:15, 2:30, something like that. And then I have my client call that I have said a couple of times. So just need to get everything knocked out before that, because after that client call, I'm gonna be making food and getting ready to head over to see my tattoo artist. I actually got his shirt on right now. So he's gonna go fill in some of these gaps on this tattoo that we wanna finish up, like up here on the front and then back here, hopefully, if we have time. So I gotta get all this done before then. That's the main gist of this. So post-workout, I am doing cream of rice again. This is the peach, Georgia peach from Elevate. I was doing peaches in the coconut cream pie that Ian put out, and then I decided maybe I should try the peach flavor with peaches, so that's what I'm gonna do. I will do 100 grams of peaches. Okay, so that right there is 120 grams of peaches, which is a tidbit too much. What I will do is that. Now I have 102. I'm not gonna sweat about 2 extra grams. So I like to dice these up like I did with the apples. It is a little bit easier to do these cold than I'm just now finding out. Because, I mean, you can leave peaches out. They don't have to be in the refrigerator. But they get to a point where they're a little mushy. And then they're harder to cut. But since these are seemingly a little frozen, they are cutting much better. They're either frozen or these are the least ripe peaches that I've ever got. So we're gonna find out here in a second. Using a bit more water than last time. I didn't quite put enough in here for the 120 grams and it was a little thick. So I'd rather it start a little runny and thicken up as it goes versus being thick right away. Although who doesn't love a good thick peach? Okay, cream rice is made in the big bowl. And it's 120 grams of cream rice and 100 grams of peaches. I already had the protein shake on the way home. Okay. Peaches are good, but they're definitely not ripe enough. They're a little crunchy, but it's all right. It still tastes good. Usually I've been doing 1/4 and 1/8 salt on this, but since I had that weird feeling earlier that I was talking about, I'm doing just a 1/4. So just bring the salt down a little bit and go forward. And then probably for meal 3, I have some more of the potassium salt, and that'll be all the potassium I'll have. Client call done, and then Roy, my pro open guy, wanted to have a call about a couple of things on his program, so I was on that while I was cooking this meal, so I didn't show it to you. But this meal is the wrap meal that I talked about yesterday that I did not have the wrap for. 200 grams of rice, 130 grams of chicken, 30 grams of goat cheese, some lettuce, and then 2 of these high carb tortilla or high fiber tortillas. I keep saying high carb tortillas. So I am about to transfer this into this bigger Tupperware bowl over here because I can't fit 2 of these in one of my regular ones. So I've just been using and recycling this same big bowl all day because I know I'm actually eating quite a bit more than I have in a long time. So it's quite nice. My appetite's been really good, so I'm enjoying more food. But I'm going to put that in the big Tupperware. These other ones are not dirty, but put it in here for now. If you have not had Melinda's black truffle sauce, you have not lived. Meals. I went ahead and ate the watermelon that I'm supposed to have with this meal because I didn't want to take it with me. I just didn't. So snacked on that now. So I'm already a little bit hungry. So a little bit of fiber from the watermelon will keep me full for a little bit, at least for the next hour before I eat this. But I am going to be leaving here. I should have this near me. I will be leaving here in the next little bit to go get this tattoo done. And I'm going to feed that guy over there right quick like, and then probably start moseying that direction. So I'm going to see if he wants to get on here for a little bit and say some dumb shit, because that's what Ethan does. But I'll see you guys at the tattoo shop. Alright, so I'm here with the man himself. Say what up, Ethan.
What's good?
About to hit the arm, like I said earlier today. I already ate when I got here. We've just been shooting the shit, talking about peptides and retatrutide, because this man's looking svelte and lean now. But we're going to blast this here in just a little bit, and then I already ate. I didn't film it, so whatever. But yeah, this is pretty much the end of the night. Finish up with the tattoo. I'll go home and have my creamy meal again, but we'll see if I record any of that. So, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Alright. We are all done. Three hours of work. Easy for my man, Ethan. Alright, that is done now. 3 hours of work. Nothing crazy. Got here at 5, started around 6, got done at like 9. Ethan's done all of my forearm work, so the only tattoo I have on me that he has not done is the one on my shoulder when I was 18. So done with that. Gonna go home, eat my creamy, and then rinse this off and go to bed. It'll be a little bit later night tonight, but I don't have training tomorrow, and it's a lighter day as far as check-ins and stuff. So if I need to sleep in, I will. So see you in a bit. Okay, so back home, creamy has been mixed. Rice cakes are in the bowl. I've got my blue light blockers on, and it's time to start chilling for the night. I'll shower before I go to bed just to clean this thing off, and then go to bed. Like I said, tomorrow's a rest day, so I get to chill a little bit. I do have to get my son later in the day tomorrow, so I'll be showing you guys my check-in. A couple of things with that. The peptide should come in tomorrow, so maybe I'll get that. But I think once I have my son tomorrow, I'm probably not going to record too much. But I've had a little bit of a scratchy throat today, and my sinuses are a little stuffy, so I'm wondering if I might be coming down with something. So let's hope I'm not sick in the morning. So peace. Day 2.